Welcome all. Welcome to this short session that I want to present from a perspective of what could QTP or slash UFT do to your resume. All right, how could it add a lot of power on your resume? Primarily, the concept is very simple. The idea is, will having HP QTP slash UFT as a skill, as one of your specialization on your profile, carry a weightage that can be taken as an advantage in your overall QA career? All right. That is the whole idea. So to do this, I have prepared a few slides together. All right. At the end of this slide presentation, I will talk a little bit about the overall training that I have been offering for the last 5 years on HP QTP, and what you could do and how it may benefit you. But basically, here are the pointers that I'm focusing on. One, I'm going to talk very briefly about HP QTP slash UFT, both as a company and as a tool. Then there are a series of about 4 polls, which will help me to understand the audience, will help you to understand the kind of a global audience that we have. It will also know more about what it could do in more of your words. All right. And finally, we will talk about how you could leverage that by placing it properly onto your resume and so on. Now, the first thing, as you see, is the QTP UFT. The giant moves on slow. Why? What I mean by that is that it has been in the market for over a decade and a half, I guess. All right. So what it has done is it has retained its number one position as an automation testing tool for the functional and regression testing. So QTP, which was earlier Windrunner and now more as UFT, which is Unified Functional Testing Tool, has been a market leader for a long time. So, and it is owned by a company called HP, which is basically your Hewlett Packard, and that is a very very large giant that has been strong in not just one software area. So with that kind of a background, QTP as a tool has been flagship, has retained its number one position for a very very long time. It has been off late that a few competitors are coming in, which are giving that fight to QTP to become even better. So primarily as a history and as a culture, it has been very, very popular. And it was one of the only tools from an automation testing perspective, which was essential for every software QA engineer, right? As I said, it is backed by a very large corporation. Most of you, I'm sure, know HP.com. Okay, HP Hewlett Packard is not just into softwares. They are into printers, they are into laptops, desktops, they are into across the board hardware components, and also many software tools. So what they have is a very very large organization, and hence they know that their focus is extremely high on one tool which is being doing extremely well from the software services perspective. With their existing contracts, with their existing clientele that they have as the organizations, you will notice that they already have touched all the clients. Okay, so for, let's say there is a decent sized company, let's say like a travel company or a company like a social networking company or any other organization that you see, they may already have a contract with HP. It could be for the printers, it could be for the laptops, it could be for some other software. So they already have a contract with the organization. So adding a new product or service as part of that contract is never an issue, right? But if I have to go, let's say that I am representing Selenium as a vendor, provider of service, and then say that, you know what, I have a beautiful Selenium framework, I want to sell licenses to you, it's a very, very long road for me compared to HP. Even if it does not have a great product comparatively, example, it has an easier job because it already knows who's there. It already has an inroad into it. And so selling a product into your existing customer is not as tough as uh, creating a new client, becoming a vendor for the new client, which is a challenge, big challenge for overall sales in the IT industry. From a testing point of view, if you look at, they just don't have one tool. It's not just HP quick test professional unified functional testing. They have gone across into many other areas. You know about QC or ALM, you know about load runner, and now they're unifying the whole functional testing experience with web services and so on. So they have a bunch of tools. It comes as a package. If the option is there, the option is there to take it as a package, not just as an individual tool, right? So the clients have more advantage in purchasing it. The reason I'm giving you this is to show you the size of this company and the momentum it has, and how it will continue to grow despite the competition that is coming in. I'm not saying that it will still retain its number one, but it will not die out in the near future. It will continue to hold its number one to max to the three position for a very long time to come. And as I said, it's not just a software provider. So they have many more things, and it is easy for an organization, large organizations, to have their partnerships with firms which are more stable and which are not run by the night. So the stability, there is longevity, there is a lot of focus in improving the product and so on. In all that I've said this, I have never mentioned the fact that the tool itself is very powerful. The tool itself has got so many features and has got incredible potential. All right. Yes, there may be one or two features which are not currently available, but you will see them coming very soon. All right. But the overall tool itself is a leading tool. So this overall package that you see is why having HP QTP UFT on your resume will really help you, because there are clients looking for it. There will be consulting firms which will look to place you into those positions, and so on. The best way to evaluate this team, and I would love you to do this experiment, is just go on dice.com or any other job sites. And the first thing you should do once you get to any of these sites is search how many jobs are there with QTP or UFT in your area. For example, if I say QTP, all right, and I put, let's say, San Francisco or HP or QTP, uh, San Francisco, California. Come on. See, this is where testing is needed. These websites are not browser friendly. Okay, now find jobs. So you will see the number of jobs that will come up, and you can see the trend for it. In fact, if you go to websites like indeed.com, all right, you will see the potential or the growth pattern for any of these jobs. So if I put in, for example, QTP, and I talk about, let's say, no, job trends. Where are job trends? Indeed, job trends. There you go. Job trends, and put the skill. So for example, it is showing already a graph for HTML5. So as of 2010 January, it was hardly known. But if you see in the last 3 years, the growth it has attained. And now it is kind of balancing out. This is basically giving percentage of matching job postings, right? Overall job postings. Now we're searching for QTP. And do you see this? From January 6th onwards, and this is exactly what I had predicted when we started showing through Indeed, that it will kind of get down to something more of its peak that it reached during 2008 2009 time frame. This is when the competition started hitting team, and now if you see, it is still at that peak of 0.05, right? That is where it is now. On a comparative basis, if you look at, for example, Selenium, right, relative scale, relative to, let me see. There's one where I can get both the graphs up. All right, percentage growth. This is absolute. This is relative. So here, do you see selenium? It was hardly known towards 2008. And since selenium has started taking on and now stabilizing here, it has just kind of taken over QTP in that section in terms of job openings. More companies have started putting it for selenium and so on. But what you will see is they are still competitive in maintaining around that same zone. So here is selenium, and if you go back and look at QTP job trend, there you go, absolute. So it is kind of on the decline, but you will see at the moment they are somewhere in between 0.05 and zero point 0.1. Okay. All right, so that is an indicative. I want you to continue to keep an eye on such zones. What is happening in your area? What is happening in terms of job opportunities and so on? That will give you a very, very strong idea. Now, let's go back to the presentation and continue with the next slide. So, team, the next slide is primarily a poll. All right, I would love to take a poll from you and get an idea from your end that will help us better understand. So the first one is a poll that I'm about to launch, and it is called Who You Are. All right. So the poll is up on the screen, team. We have over 80 participants in the session today, so hopefully we'll see some good results from it. I want you to take the poll and answer these five questions. What you are compared to what your level of expertise is on QTP slash UFT. All right. So the five options I've given is right from the top saying that you are an expert, to second being medium level, the third being beginner level, you know, very, very basics. Then you are absolutely to start that, you know, where you have very, very, very little idea about it. You know that there's a market and people have been recommending for you to learn or master this. And then there's some saying that no clue at all. So, like I anticipated, most of it is coming in the middle section, but I'll wait for the votes to close. So, please take another 20 seconds to fill it up. There are about 60% votes in. I'm requesting once again, everyone, take a minute and not a minute, 10 seconds and answer this poll for me, please. All right, they still continue to come, but let me quickly take a screenshot to show you. And I'm going to place that on the presentation. Insert photo, picture from file, desktop. Okay, there you go. Poll 1 results, kind of put it there. All right, team. So I'm ending the poll now. Hopefully by now you have done. There are about 84% votes. Thank you so much for participating. So team, the final results you should be able to see on your screen. For the people who are unable to see it in terms of the video, because video doesn't capture it, I'm showing it to you on the slide itself. So this is the kind of structure. So most of you are between that medium to beginner level. The good part of being medium to beginner level is the fact that you know a little bit about QTP. Some probably record and run the UI, the actions and checkpoints, some ideas there. Some of you may already know a little bit of VB scripting, a little bit of frameworks and so on. But if you look at truly, there's no real expert level in the audience. 3% is a small number, but I'm glad to see there are a few of you. And also, there are very, very few people who have no idea at all about why they're here today. But again, stay on. You'll see if there's anything that can work out to you. But primarily, the whole target of today's session is to show this middle level from 30 to 41 and 20%, which is almost about 90 plus, what it could do to your career. Okay. All right, team. So now let's move on to another poll. I'm thankful that you're all participating with it. It'll help us better identify, because most of these answers, team, are within yourself. There's nothing big that I bring to the table in this session. It's all about you. So here is a very interesting question, team. This will help me understand better um, what is it that it's driving towards QTP. Okay, read this question very carefully. This is the second poll, and please spend a few seconds answering it. Let me read out for what this poll is all about. The question is very simple, Tim. The question is, do you know QA professionals who have taken advantage uh, of being a QTP engineer? For example, hey, you know what? This guy has been doing very well in his career, and I think one of the reasons he's doing very well is because he's good in QTP. He's good in UFT. Or this lady has really found the job that she wanted. We all been hunting for a while because she knows QTP. All right. So I want to know how many of you know these people very close, someone very close to your friends or direct, or do you know someone as a friend of a friend whom you've never met or spoken directly with, but you've been recommended? Or you've learned it through part of forums, you've gone browsing and you saw that, okay, looks like this is the right area to focus on. Or it's just been word of mouth. It's come to you from multiple sources. The last one is no one who's expert or who's taken real advantage on it. The reason I want to show you is what kind or what level of effect it will have on your career. You've seen it happening. Now, what can it do to you? That's the whole intent. All right, Tim, 58, 60% votes in. I'm requesting once again the few more members who are there. Please put in your votes so that we can capture it quickly and then show it. And I think some of these are multiple. I'm not sure if this one, but some of these are multiple answers. So you can choose more than one. Probably the next questions, next two polls will show that. Okay, team, there are about 80% votes. I'm just taking a quick screen capture right now and putting it up here so you all can see. Okay, done that. And I'm going to insert that picture in here. All right, team. Closing the poll. Thank you. Here are the results for you to look. The one that you'll see on the screenshot is very close to it, but not necessarily the same. Uh, there are a few more votes which have come in after that. Cool. Thanks, team. So here, what you see on the screen right now are the results for this poll. The idea is very simple, team. Who among your social circles has seen the benefit? Because only when we see someone else going through it that we believe strongly that, you know what, I could do it as well. We are not trying to reinvent the wheel. We are not trying to discover a new career, right? So we take the guidance. We want to know exactly what's happening in the industry and follow the right footsteps, right? Now, in the same manner, the more logical question that's coming next will be the third poll. So the third poll is very simple, team. But before I get into the third poll, now let's look at what could it do on your resume. We're talking the power of QTP, that word itself on your resume. So what kind of an effect that will come up there? The first one is keyword search on your resume. What happens when, for example, you have your resume created? Let's say you live in Dallas, Texas. You have made your resume saying that, you know what, 4 years experience, QA professional, you've got HP QTP, VB script, some framework projects, you've done some automation testing, some backend testing, you've created your profile, neatly put it in Dice, Monster, and so on. Now there is a client, let's say AT&T, or let's say Verizon Wireless, who has an opportunity, and they need three QA engineers. What do? They reach out to their first level vendors, saying that, guys, you know what, we need three QA engineers to start immediately in 2 weeks. What do these professionals do? What do these consulting companies do? Take the job requirement, put it on job board, saying that, hey, you know what, we're looking for this. They will get hundreds of resumes. Now they have to sort through it. How will they sort through it? All that Verizon asked is QA engineers. They didn't say specifically QTP or Selenium or Core Java or someone in Load Runner or so. No, just QA engineers. They need manual testers. What do? Everyone is applying for the same job. They already know that this is the rate structure. Let's say $45 an hour. That is it. That's what we will pay. Verizon may be paying them 65 or 70. That's a different case. But the consultants who are going to place you are going to pay $45 an hour. Now they will shortlist on your profile based on, let's say, you know what, there's so many people. Why not give more to the client than what they ask? Why not give someone who has QTP as well? Why not look at someone who can build frameworks as well? That is where these consulting companies or this middle layers are getting very smart day by day. They are trying to fight their competition, right? Because each of them is trying to win the business of the clients like Verizon and so on in filling that positions, and they want to present the right people. So why not present someone who's got more scale and build a recurring business with this client? Correct. So now they will screen, because they can't go about screening each and every resume out of 100. They want to do that keyword search on the resumes, and they will see which among these resumes that we have received have QTP or Selenium or Core Java or VB scripting, some specialization that they could say, you know what, Sam, I found some great profiles, but I've screened some of them, and I found these four people have excellent fitment to your requirement. But additionally, for the same rate, and they're immediately available, they also are QTP skilled professionals. If you get into automation sometime and you think you may use that, here are the people that you want to hire. All right. So that is the kind of dialogue these consulting companies want to do. And that is what they will search for. Okay. How about I search using this specific keywords? Next thing, shortlisting for client interviews. All right. As part of it, as I said, they would like to shortlist whom out of this 20, 30 people that they've searched, they want to pick the top 3, 4 people. They're going to talk to you. They're going to find out what is your level of expertise and so on. Just having one word won't help. You need to have multiple keywords. In fact, if you go and look at some of my free content, I think probably it's a good time for me to share. Um, Team, just let you know, what you're seeing is a new face, a new website that's coming up, still broken down to a large extent, but at least you will see that a lot of this is working overall functionally. Members are able to log in. The new videos are being placed in a section where it's mobile friendly and so on. I'll walk you through some of this in a brief second. The reason I've come here is, if you go into live, there are many tutorials out here. Okay, so you will see some which are focused specifically on resume building and so on. Some of these videos will really help you, team. So specifically, if you go here and look at job placement training, all right, I have in detail shown how to create your resumes, how to put your resume so that people will find you. All right, people will come to you and try and get you. How do we build a sample resume? All of this is there as part of this placement videos. The reason I'm showing you this is, it is just not important to get the right keywords. It is also essential to know where, how, and so on. Okay, that is how you'll get shortlisted. That is what is very important in mind. What else, team? I'm saying keeping future in mind. The reason is very simple, team. From two perspectives. One, QTP has been there, or UFT, for a long time. It started with a different company altogether, Mercury Interactive, and then it was purchased by HP company, and HP has retained this product as one of their flagship products that they will continue to drive in the market. I, fortunately, through my career line, get an opportunity to talk to some of the people who are working in the labs, who basically are working on the upcoming versions of these tools, on the, especially on the testing area. And I know, because they collect feedback from users like me as to what is the market looking at, what kind of things the clients are asking, and so on. And the focus that is there today was not present on these tools 3 years ago. So they're more aggressive. There is a long future for it. So what you see right now, where QTP and Selenium are kind of getting neck to neck, you will see this stabilizing more towards QTP in the next 3, 4 years. All right. Again, it's very tough to say, because there is a lot of embracing towards Selenium and open source in the market, and that would continue to happen. All right, and there are many more new tools that are coming up, in fact, as a competition to these top tools. However, there is still a very strong future, plus the fact that you never know. People and companies do a lot of tool migrations. They move from one platform to the other. They have a total change in management. A new leadership comes and say, you know what, we're not going to be a Java company anymore. Let's go into a C sharp or a .NET zone. Might not be feasible for large organizations, but a lot of small and medium are trying to make these jumps. Or let's move from these databases to those, or let's move from these set of tool suites to different ones. So that keeps happening, team. All right. Plus the fact that you're multi-skilled, you have more skills than your competition. All you're trying to do is beat your competition for that specific job. That's your whole idea, right? So you have so many skills that you want to present, that at the end of the day, they would love to get someone who has a more longer future in the company. Typically, team, even if there are jobs which saying we have a position only 3 months as a contract, the idea is let's get them on for 3 months. But if they're superstars, if they do well, they're really fitting in, they will definitely extend you. They may even hire you for permanent positions. And again, these are for the people who are looking for permanent or contracting position, depending on your goals. But how do you become a superstar? How do you really become master at these things with so much confidence that when you walk into these discussions, you know for sure that they are lucky to have you, and this is the opportunity for them to know what you could bring to the table. But before that, the first thing that will come is, what's our excuse? What's really stopping you from getting there? From really exploring and saying that 2 months from now, I'm going to be so strong on HP QTP that uh, I'm going to rock. Just 2 months from now. How? How it's going to happen? It's going to happen once you let go of your excuses. And this poll, team, basically touches on that. When I say excuse, I don't mean from a derogative perspective, just that what is your fear? What is it that it is stopping you from getting there? And here's the poll, team. I would love you to help me answer this poll and vote for it. So take few seconds and vote for it, please. All right, team. So about 50% votes in. Please take a few seconds and get all your votes in. This way we can look at what every one of us are feeling. There are over 100 participants in the session, and it really helps to get qualitative viewpoint from most of you. And the things I've put is very simple. One is knowing nothing about it. Right? You don't know where to start. You don't know where to end. There's too many things that are happening. Right? You feel that it's very complicated and huge. Too many things to learn. Where do you start? What do you do? Or you're really scared of programming, coding, VB scripting, because I see that roadblock. And in fact, a lot of people who have a fear for coding are the ones who typically try and say, you know what, which is a good IT career which does not require coding. And then they're all guided towards software testing. They're all guided towards automation, but then they have a fear of automation. But in today's world, team, you cannot survive purely by saying that I'm a manual engineer of testing. That is fine, but you have to have specializations. Either you are a domain expert, you know, for example, a mortgage business in and out, you know e-commerce too well, you know medical systems very very well, or you're a tool expert. You have a strong control. You have a strong skill on things like, let's say, ALM or QTP or load runner or Selenium and so on. You need something additional beyond it. All right, team. Thank you so much for your poll. I'm going to close this poll, but before that, about 83% votes. I'm going to take a quick screenshot to showcase what is coming up there. Uh, I'm going to put this up, and before I close the poll, and you can see the results, I'm going to insert the screenshot. The reason I'm doing this, team, is I observed that these results in the video is somehow not being shown clearly. So that's why I'm capturing the screenshots and putting it in here. All right. So, team, some of you are answering the questions which are there on through question and answers. You're not using the poll, so please use the poll only. That is where it will get registered. Alternately, there are questions that you have or additional points, please feel free to add it in the question and answer section. So, team, thank you. If you see the results, primarily again a distributed curve, but most of it, if you notice, is around the programming, coding, VB scripting. That is what is your big fear, all right? And undoubtedly, yes, because number one, not everyone can do programming or can be a super developer. But what I believe strongly is if you learn the right elements of coding in the right way, only to the extent that is needed for an automation testing job, not for a development job, not for being a core hardcore developer, but for being a software test engineer who can also do automation, then coding will be easy. If you put a giant problem in front of you, then it's going to be a challenge. If you someone who's starting off, it'll take you about 2 years time or 1.5 year with the right uh, mindset to become a good software programmer. I'm not saying no to that, but to the extent of automation testing, 1.5 2 months is more than enough, and that is what you should know. The reason I know this, team, and I'll show you something in the next coming few slides. In fact, it's a good time for me to show that side here. Why do I say this? Why do I say that I believe strongly that you can do very well as part of it? One, there have been thousands of participants who've been trained through my system over the last 4 or 5 years, and in fact, it's been over 10,000 team. All right. Um, Currently, I'm getting in between 3 to 4,000 new participants for my training every year. All right. And this is growing systematically, organically, without a single advertisement or sales being done. The only thing that IT Learn, as IT Learn, we are glad to have done so far is only send emails. When we have updates, we have sent emails, and that is what we've stuck to. Yes, in the near future, we will hope to do better marketing, but I want to make sure that the website is clean, the members are all having a smooth, mobile friendly video viewing, and so on. And then I'm going to go advertise it and get it more popular. But basically, it's very popular. It's been there. The participant feedback, especially on QTP Selenium, manual testing, and some of the courses that I've done, have been extremely strong. Very, very few participants who've dropped out or said that, I have a tough time. Very, very few participants. Out of these thousands, I can count on the fingers as to how many people have real tough time with it. The feedback has also been in terms of the video collection, primarily just sitting through the videos, focusedly sitting through the videos and learning has been easy for people. It has been well organized. They're able to go through it and do a lot of self learning. Apart from it, I have emphasized so much on coding, hands on exposure, project based approach, not a theory. I've not taken PowerPoints to explain things. All right. Then you get a lot into teamwork through the projects. You interact with the other members through the forums and so on. That way, there's a lot you will learn as part of the live project system as well. So that is basically my confidence level, which is addressing your fear. I know that each of you come with a certain fear baggage as to can you do it, and no. Now you know the power of QTP on your resume, and you know your fear, and here is the solution that I'm showing it to you. All right. And the biggest investment that you will make, remember this, team, the biggest investment that you'll make is your energy, your time, your effort, nothing else. All right. That's going to be so key. Is this what I want to focus for the next 2 months to make it happen for my career? Then yes, this is what you need to do. So, going back a couple more slides, I just have one final poll that basically shows what you believe will having QTP on your resume help you. I want you to think through this, team. All right. Before I launch this poll, I want you to think through it. And, randomly, if you want, you could use the question and answer section to put it there as well. And let me know what you think before I launch this poll. How will having QTP and UFT help you? All right. Think about it. Now I'm launching the poll. If it is present here, select it. If it is not present here, put it on the question and answers, please. I would love to know, as a feedback from you, what you believe. So, team, last poll for the day. Help me getting there. The good thing about the polls is they don't lie to you, because it's not being done by one individual. It is done by people just like you. It is done by a population, and from the overall perspective as to what everyone is collectively thinking. All right, so again, 80% votes in. Thank you so much. This is great to see such huge participation. Just the fact that shows how many people. There's so many webinars that happen, team. There's so many sessions like this that happen. All right, but what is I'm very happy about is the fact that there's so many people in this webinar who are totally involved, who are listening, who spend that valuable 1 hour waiting for this session to start. Uh, and spending the time with you. Thank you so much, team. 84% votes in. I am now going to take a quick screenshot of it. I'm going to close this poll. The results are shared with you, and I'm going to put it quickly on the slide as well. All right, there you go. So here is the result for the new poll that we had, team. So the results are now completed. So I'm going to put it up here. All right, team, here you go. Here's the poll results. So most of you are looking to help beat the competition by building a skill that will give you that edge, that will give you that power on your resume, that will give you that confidence level that yes, that this is what it is. And also, there are few of you, and I'm so happy to see this result. The second most popular one is you would like to work on automation testing. And team, I'll tell you one of the secrets why uh, I have been successful, very successful in training people in automation testing. One of the biggest secrets is because I enjoy it so much. I always take new applications, new projects, and I challenge myself because I am enjoying the whole process of teaching and showing it to members, and they have liked the way I've done it, and that's the reason I've been successful. And I'm glad to see that 20% of you also like to get here because you would like to work on automation. And I want the remaining 80% of people also to experience it. Once you get there, you will see why you like it, why you like to work on a project like that, why you would love to have that confidence on that resume. Also, there are people who are saying that getting your first job, again, very critical, right? Because that belief is what is very important. Once you believe that this is what I need to do, this is what's going to help me as a tool, and then believing that is this the program, is IT in the program or not, is the second question. All right, then you have a very, very clear thing. One of the toughest things for us as individuals to do in our life and career is to make decisions. All right, what to do, this tool, that tool, is selenium or is it qtp or this, that. There are so many combinations. Is it this training, is it that training, should I learn on my own, do I even need to learn, or is it even IT career or some other things? There's so many questions, right? So decision making is one of the most painful process. But the reason I presented the whole session so far is to help you through that decision making. All right. Let me show you a vision of how it's going to look. It's a very simple roadmap, team, and I'll walk you through what's going to happen. It's so well laid out that there's no question of you going away from this agenda or failing on it. The only thing that I fear that can happen as part of what I'm showing you is a delay, probably by a week of starting. That typically happens because there are people who are joining late into our programs, and there is a delay of probably a week or two of ending the course. The reason being that some of these courses are projects will take time. There is a new complication in the application, the systems will require more time, you may require more time to learn, and so on. That's the only thing that I see as a challenge. So I'm going to show you what to learn very briefly, because once you know that, oh, okay, this is it, then it'll be easy for you to get into saying that how to learn them. Okay, fundamentals of automation is what you need to learn. What is automation, what is automation testing, what is qtp as part of that system? That process, once you learn, that is your initial seeds in the ground. All right, once you have the right foundation there, understanding the fundamentals of automation, it will be easy for you to understand the record and run features, how the qtp ui or uft ui looks, why Viz has it become very popular. Then we'll get into more of objects and repository. Simple concepts, and sections have been made in such a way that it's so easy for you to capture the essence with ease and understand the whole perspective. Then we'll get into that small problem area that you envision, which is VB scripting. And just to let you know, team, VB scripting is one of the most simplest languages to learn. Additionally, VB scripting that we're trying to learn for automation testing is even more simpler. So you have two easy jobs, not one. VB scripting, which is a simple programming or scripting language. Second, the level to which we need to do as part of automation testing is even more simpler. So that's it. Your main problem area is become even smaller now. All right. Finally, there are additional features and it will all go organically. It is not going to go from a seed to a giant tree overnight. It's going to build over a period of time. It has to come out of the ground. The small tender leaves become a small plant, grow up to a mini sized tree, and then huge, right? And it takes time. This is how the structure is. The whole structure that we're putting, you will go through all of them. And finally, automation frameworks. One thing that I have done is I have enjoyed doing these sessions a lot, and I've seen all the participants also enjoying the journey with me. What's the plan? This is the final slide. Then I'm going to show you a few things on the website for you to get started, and from there, all questions. It's your game. First 1 2 weeks is going to be movie time. Movie time is basically I'm going to give you this list of videos that you need to watch. Watch them not with the intent that I need to learn. Let me stop. Let me take note. Let me rewind. You know what? I have to repeat this video again. No. Watch it like a movie, end to end, without having to rewind, stop, take notes, and so on. Just watch it. The reason I ask people to watch it is most of the concepts I keep repeating as the session happens, and you will have a finite time to finish the sessions. Otherwise, there's no end to it. For watching 5 hours of video, sometimes it will take people 20 hours also because they're kind of pausing it, taking notes, rewinding it, and so on. You will come back to revisit them later to master it. But the first 1 2 weeks, you just have to watch a few, I believe, about 10 to 15 hours of videos at a stretch. Spread yourself for 2 3 hours a day. Spend the time. You will be all part of teams. You can discuss with the other teams as to how it is going, and try and get your questions also answered interactively. All right. Then you will do a project by me. You will be participating in a project by me. I'm going to take a project and I'm going to show you how we automate it end to end, starting from nothing, ending in almost a final client based deliverable. All right. I'm going to show you how we're going to do it at our end. So it'll be a new thing, and this will be a great summary of all the concepts that you've watched in the first 2 weeks. The third portion is where it'll get super effective. It'll have that big impact on you, and that's going to be the project by you. Once you start doing the project with your team members, you have taken the final step towards mastering the entire QTP UFT platform. That is enough to get over your fears and get onto the benefits of what it could do. That's when you are completely ready to. All right. So here's the plan. 4 weeks, I showed you what you should do. Watch the movies, and it's a movie, watch it like a movie, but I'm going to show you which tutorials. Then I'm going to do one project, which is the live training. I'm going to showcase almost all the features that you've learned as a repetition. That I will do in the third week. The fourth and fifth week, you're going to focus 2 weeks on a project where you're going to interact with the team. In fact, now let me go to the website and show you some of the important stuff there. So I'm going to go to the videos. I'm going to go to HP QTP UFT training videos. So here, what you'll see, what you're going to see is the list of all the HP Quick Test Professional videos that are created by me. I've created hundreds of them. I think over 300 or 400. What you see here is a short list of it, the most newest and latest ones. Okay. There are two types of videos, Tim. One is chapter wise videos, which you will see in HP QTP 10 and UFT 11.5. Then there are fast track videos. In fact, there's UFT 11 also. I think that is the one of these batches, I believe. If you go to HP QTP 10 training videos, you will see about 55 videos, 44 hours of content in it, all organized as playlists. For example, VB script fundamentals, actions and shared object repositories, QTP VB script data driven framework, again another data driven descriptive programming, So there's a whole collection through and through to the end. Keyword driven, hybrid framework, how we go about doing some advanced ones like database testing, .NET Factory. All that you need as part of QTP today or in future is here. All right. Even QTP interview, resume, and project guidance. All the videos are here. QTP and QC integration. Uh, then, if you go back, you'll see the UFT 11.5. What I want you to do as part of the movie watching is go to this page, UFT 11.5 tutorials. In here, team, what you will see are the chapters that I want you to watch. The first one are free videos, just introductory, but they're part of the flow. So you have to start with this, which talks about automation, why is it important in software testing, and so on. These are the YouTube playlists. The second one are VBScript fundamentals with QTP user interface. Okay, how does QTP user interface look? The basics of it. What is record and run? The fundamental. VBScript as an overview, just as an introduction level. Chapter 3 is about object identification, object spy, object repository, and so on. All of those videos are here. 4 is VBScript and actions and shared object repository. This is where it'll, but once you watch it, you'll know how easy it is, how I've made it so simple for you to understand that you need. All right. And then there are other ones like variables, if statements, for loop, and so on. Just an advancement to it. All of these videos, team, have been created with a simple intent. There are more videos but lesser hours. I've tried to encapsulate them into smaller concept-based tutorials. So we'll be scripting, actions and checkpoints, database, read write from Excel, introduction to automation framework, data. So out of all these chapters, let me list down what are the ones that I want you to go through before you get there. Actually, you know what? Everything except for the last one. That's it. I'm going to put it in the question and answer section, team. Send to all. So what I've done is I've just put this. I'm not sure. Have you all got it, team? All the chapters except the last one. The last one, because you don't need a framework right now. This 5 hours, forget it. Start with these free videos, which is just 48 minutes. But if you look at 1 hour here, 1 hour, another 1.5 or so, this is like 1.5, 3 hours, 4.5, 8, 9, 12, 13.5, 14 hours. In total, there are about 14 hours of content that you need to watch in 2 weeks period. So if you're talking about even 3 hours per day, it is more than enough for you to complete it, in fact, in 1 week. Okay, so even if you're able to watch 1.5 hour a day, you're done in the 2 weeks. These videos, once you watch, will give you all the fundamental knowledge that you need. Apart from this, what you're going to do is you will access the folder that has been created by our Master of Software Testing members. That is a complete end-to-end program that takes you from manual testing, QTP, Selenium, database testing, all the way through. They have created a beautiful folder on QTP. Where is this? QTP live project M7. Yeah. So they've done what is called as summary documents for each of it. So I will have my team share the summary documents also with you, so you could refer to those notes that the teams have created while working on them. Okay. So for example, automation level 1 code actions checkpoint. This is project. Is it? Sorry, team. Give me 1 second so that I can point you to the right one. This is the live training. Documents. Manoj, are you there on the call? Not sure if you're there.
Hi Karthik, I'm here.
You're there. Thank you. Do you know where are those documents? Most members. Sorry, completely forgot.
Yeah, I think most members.
Right. So here, not most. to most members. If I go to, let's say, Team Eclipse, all right, there you go. So UFT 11.5, all the documents per topic. So each document is kind of a summary. For example, data-driven framework, topic 31, planning. Okay, this document alone will give you what is covered in this video, what happens as a quick summary. Okay, so you can refer to this video while you're watching, while you're going through that. So that way, what we've done is not only do you have the videos, you also have some notes and summaries of what is being done in there. The amount of knowledge that the teams have gained just by working through this and preparing these documents was very, very impressive, and that's why they've seen the most benefits coming out for them. All right, so you will be having access to these documents also to watch them while you're watching the videos. All right, team. I have reached the end of the session. I have told you what to watch also, and you will see the next communications coming through emails for all of you as to when the sessions are going to start, what's going to happen, how it's going to all work out for you. Most of you, I believe, I'm not sure if you're present in this session today, but there are about 40 or 50 participants who are already prepaid into this course. For most members, it's a free one, which is master software testing. For everyone else, you can find out from our sales team as to what the next step is. I'm open to questions. Please let me know what questions you have. Would love to answer. Do you provide any kind of job placements by joining your course? So Jitu, we have a job placements activity that's going on. All right. So a lot of people who are completing our courses are getting placed. Some of them we are referring them directly without an intent to say that you have to go through us and so on. The intent is very simple. We are right now building that business in a strong manner. So our idea is we want as many people to be successful, get the jobs and so on. We have a complete guidance. The uh, placement tutorials of how you can get placed, I think, is a priced one. It's free of for master software testing, but there is a complete guidance for it. Manasvita, have one experience manual 1 year automation and career gap, getting back to industry as automation engineer, finding it difficult to get calls. So if you're not getting calls, very simple, team, your resume is not in the right place. Okay, you need a great resume to get calls. If you're getting calls but you're not getting the next level, that means that there's something wrong in your skill and you need skill improvement. So right now, Mansmita, I know for sure that your resume needs improvement. The reason you're not getting calls is your resume. Hopefully the training and the live project that you'll add on your resume, the project will be something that you're going to add to your resume, will really help, right? Knowing QTP not give first job nowadays. Okay, can't hear you. Okay, I'm not sure if we that is valid anymore. All right, team, many questions. I'm going to try and go through one after the other. I'll spend a few minutes on that. How to select project to work on QTP when not working in any company. How to practice the right way. So, Mansmita, I've answered it. The live project will do that. In fact, what I should do is guide you to the live project orientation. So if you go on the live project and click on QTP live project, we have already done one live project recently. That will help you to get a good idea on how the live project will work. Give me a minute, please. Deepa, your question, will Java help instead of VB? I know Selenium supports Java. So if you want to learn Selenium, it's a different issue. For QTP, you don't need Java, so don't worry about Java. Can UFT trial version be uninstalled completely? Ramu, licensing, installation, uninstallation, do not even get it in front of me. There are clear instructions. The technical forum has all that idea. You can just go through it and take guidance from your fellow participants. Everyone has the same concern. That's not a big challenge. You have trial versions that you could use and practice, and you could also try and extend it to get more trial for yourself. Registered for manual testing at the moment and plan to take QTP next. I'm lost with new look of web page as I can't find my videos. I'm so sorry, Malik, that you're not able to navigate to the website. Uh, Please use the live chat when possible to get the immediate answers. There are a few things that are happening there that you need there. Bear with us for this week. By end of this week, the entire website will get fixed. There are so many things that are broken right now. Unfortunately, what has happened as part of our teams, we are great testers, but our development team is that not strong. Uh, they have been facing many issues, and the overall move that we did from our test server to here is what broke everything. Will Java help? So where's the link to these documents? Radhika, the link to these documents will be shared with the members once they join. In fact, we may take the QTP out of this and share it separately. Let's see. Is the access given to us in drive.google.com? Yes. Can you provide software also? We will guide you with how to download, how to install, how to work with the software. Why IT learn for QTP learning? Anil, I've shown you already those. Apart from that, just go online and search for reviews, look at our YouTube videos and so on. You should be able to decide very easily. What happened? Why is this page not opening up? Is it just my end? Or there are too many visitors on the site now? All right. Sorry, team, I don't know why, but that page is not opening it up. But you should go to the live project. I'm going to put it in the question and answer section here. You should all uh, look at it, please. Okay, there you go. Live project is the one that didn't open up. Try once again. All right. Hi, Karthik. I'm Danya. I'm new member in your testing family. I would like to start my career in software testing, but I don't have experience. I have experience in IT support and basic knowledge of software testing. Could you assist me? What are the courses I need to do to get into the industry? So, Danya, you have a very specific question. It requires a specific answer. Please take the help of our technical support team. Manoj and Vishal are great QA professionals. They will be happy to guide. Do it through our technical forum, please. Uh, let's see. I have so here is the QTP live project. So the details of this project and so on. If you scroll continue to scroll down, you will see the videos for it. Okay, the orientation session and so on. All the videos for live project are in here. You can watch it here, please. All right, what is there else? I have enrolled in the next QTP session. Is it going to be fast track or regular? When will it start? The dates I will finalize in the coming few days. You will get an email announcement. um, is it going to be fast track? You saw it, so it is almost like a fast track. Basically what it means is I will not be going about repeating all that has already been presented. I want to get first job in testing. Is QTP training recommended for me, or should I focus on manual testing to get first job? So Imran, very simple. Manual testing is no rocket science. It is very easy to do self learning and learn manual testing all by yourself. Secondly, unfortunately there's too much competition, too many competitions from everywhere. If there's a manual testing job requirement, do you know who's applying for it? There are people who are working in manual testing. There are people who have learned manual testing. There are people who think they know manual testing. There are automation engineers. There are performance testers. There are mobile application engineers. There are everyone who's applying for the job. So that is the reason it is very very essential to have an edge like QTP or Selenium. And just to let you know, team, by getting trained on these tools does not mean at all that you're going to work on these tools. All right, you hope to work on these tools, but you're trying to increase your chances of getting the right job in the right time frame. That is what the focus is. What are the timings for the training? I believe it will be the same time as this, 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific, typically Monday to Friday. Total cost for this training, the pricing page will have it. I know this is a page that is really broken down, which is not functioning. All our videos are working, but the price is 350 for videos, 400 for live training for QTP. API testing, no, not part of this. I think all the people were trying to lay the same live project page at the same time, all the participants, and that's why I believe it went down. Now it's loading up. Let's see. Can you give their phone number? Phone number for whom? I don't know. I'm new member. Oh, okay. You're talking about probably phone number for Manoj and Vishal. No phone number. Start with them with interacting with them at Tech Help. Sorry, techhelp at itelearn.com email. And as needed, we will get into it. Okay. Sorry. All right. So let me see, team. Any other few questions then? Uh, See, team, a lot of people will miss classes because you're traveling or you're missed it and so on. Good thing, the GoToWebinar is one. You can dial in using your mobile phones or iPads wherever you are. Okay. Second, even if you miss it, you have a video that you can catch it. Third, you have a team that you're working with. So you're always going to go back to the team. Hey, you know what? I missed this. I watched this video. But please back me up or update me what is most important and what you've done when I missed out. Rana, Karthik, I want to have compliment regarding course. I'm one of your ex-member, which gave me confidence. Thank you, Rana. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, team. Why not API testing? It's not part of the course. There are new things that the tools come up with. There are new tools that come up in the market. We try and add to our catalog. Right now, the focus is on the core, main things. And then, as the time permits, as we introduce, we will add it to our course collection that you can watch. All right, team. So that's about it for today. Thank you so much. I'm sorry the session got extended by a few minutes, but I appreciate your patience. Thank you for being here, one and all. Any questions, continue to interact with the sales team. We would love to help you on the live chat. Uh, that you see on the website here. All right, you can click and say that you want to chat with our team. You can also interact with the sales team by calling them or by sending them an email, and they will be glad to help you. And I'll see you forward in the next day one, day two sessions that will hopefully be in a day, in a week or two. The schedule, I think, in 2 weeks from now, the schedule will be shared by my team. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for participating. I hope this session was valuable in giving you the guidance, confidence, the kind of way forward. Now it is you. Take, relax, sit back, talk to your family, talk to your friends, do the right thing for yourself, and wish you all the very best. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the compliments. Appreciate it. Bye then.